And on the 8th day, God looked down on his planned paradise and said, I need a caretaker. So God made a farmer.
Howdy folks, Darren back with you here at Cross Timbers Farm. Welcome to 8th Day Chronicles. Beautiful fall day here on the farm. On a small farm, family farm, your infrastructure and things of that nature are very important and can be very expensive if you're starting from scratch. We built our barn here in 2015. And we've been very, very pleased with this barn. We use metal trusses for the roof. So we have a floor plan here that's completely open with no posts. And it's worked out really well. For 8 years, we used our barn for livestock and some storage, but mainly livestock. We have 4 stalls, very spacious stalls inside this barn on each side. And we have a alleyway down the middle of our barn. It's got doors on each end so you can drive right through the barn from one side of our pasture to the other. Kind of like a tunnel, just go right through the barn and right into the other pasture. And that way animals could come into the barn from each side. But we do have 4 stalls inside this barn, and they're very spacious stalls, really big stalls. Worked out fantastic for our goat herds that we've had over the years. If you are a small family farmer, plans change. Things happen, sometimes beyond your control, and you need to be fluid with your plan when things like that happens, to adjust. And that's what we're in the process of doing starting today. There is really no livestock, larger livestock that would need in our barn into stalls like we have in our future. So we need some space opened up in our barn for equipment storage and hay storage. Even though we have been very fortunate with our hay sales that we move our hay pretty quickly after it's cut, sometimes we still need room for storage to put that hay into the dry and have a place for it to be stored, easily accessible, someone to back their truck up to load up a customer. And have that hay stored somewhere inside, in the dry, out of the weather. Keeping your hay in tip-top shape is a top priority of ours. We've been using some sheds, and we'll continue to use those some. We have 2 sets of stalls right here that we're going to remove. We're going to take these stalls out to give us more storage space. And these stalls, they're built like a tank. So we're going to start disassembling the walls, and we're going to have quite a bit of lumber to stack up because there is some prime lumber. This lumber has been in the barn here in the dry on these walls for 8 years. And it was cut for about a year before that, so we're going to have some prime lumber here. Some of them's probably 8-9 inches wide, like a 1x9, and there's varying widths of it. But we're going to have some prime lumber for other uses. We're going to keep a couple of stalls. We're going to keep on this side of the barn over here. There's 2 spacious stalls over here that's the same size that we're going to leave, but we're going to take these down and so we can utilize this space better for parking some equipment in here when there's no hay over the winter. We can park our drum mower and our tedder in here. We did build a shed down there that we've got a lot of our equipment under, which has worked fantastic, but a shed roof with no sides still allows rain to blow in, and sun of the morning and the evening when the sun's low, it goes under it. So we're still using that shed. It's working great, but we'd like to get some of that equipment in here. So we're going to get started. I've already took a stall door down here yesterday, got the tractor and some stuff out, and we're going to start disassembling. This particular wall that separates two stalls has got a couple of 4x6s down the middle that the board's attached to, and it's double-sided. As you can see, there's lumber on each side of it. This was a very strong, stout wall. It's attached to a 6x6 back here in the back next to the truss. And the reason we built these so stout, we had quarter horses in here at one time. My daughter had a couple of quarter horses, and we built these stalls to last, where they would withstand abuse. Horses kicking them, goats jumping on them. These stalls were built to withstand about anything you want to put in here. They're very well built. We're about to get this one side down. We're going to have some good lumber left out of this. We've got two more 4x6 posts here to pull out of the ground. They're about 3 foot in the ground. Tamped in really hard, and this floor the dirt in here is so dry. It is packed so hard from years of four-wheeler and truck and tractor and animal traffic on this, that this floor is basically almost like concrete. It's hard as a rock, and we'll have to get the tractor again to pull those out. We got the walls down. As you can see, the stalls are gone. Do have one hay feeder left right here that we keep around to use as a demo to show people. Sometimes I describe to people how to make a hay feeder for these mini round bales, and some people just do a lot better with a visual aid. I can bring them and show them how I built this one and how easy and well that a mini round bale fits that and how good that feeder works. Well, it's a couple of days later and we're back in our barn, and my goodness, what a couple of days difference makes. You can see I've got on a coat, a long sleeve shirt. Earlier or late last week, we were, the Weather Channel had our daily forecast. A couple of days last week, they said record high temperatures for this time of year and for these dates. And tonight and tomorrow they have us at almost record low temperatures for these dates. Boy, if you don't like the weather, just wait a day or two. It'll change. Sometimes you don't have to wait a day, just wait a couple hours here in the mountains. The work in our barn continues. I'm out here enjoying my morning cup of coffee and getting ready to start some more work here on the barn. As your farm changes, we've had some major changes. We are transitioning from livestock accommodations and infrastructure to now more what you might call crop infrastructure. Our crop is high quality hay. Your farm plans has to be fluid. Things change. Lots of times things change beyond our control, and we have to be able to adapt to those changes for the viability of your farm and keep moving. We're transitioning to make this more user-friendly for our current situation. As you saw in the video, we added shelving for PTO shafts and tractor hookups and drawbars and things of that nature in the dry, out of the weather, exactly where it all needs to be. So we got a rabbit over here that keeps thumping the floor of her cage. But it's coming along good. We still got quite a bit more work to do. We have to move some more things. We are going to keep a few stalls in our barn. Plans change. I don't want to disassemble them all. We're going to keep a couple of stalls, but we're going to convert 2/3 of the space in our barn to more conductive for our hay operation. So we're transitioning our barn space, infrastructure, fluidly with our changing farm environment. It's critical that you adapt to your changes when and if they come. And we're looking really forward. It's exciting to see some changes taking place. It's going to make our hay operation more efficient. So it's well worth our time. It's worth our time to do this. It's worth our time for equipment. What's the right word I'm looking for here? Protection, storage, I guess maybe, in an enclosed building for winter. and summer. I'm telling you, sunlight can do a lot of damage to equipment just sitting out in the sun all summer. We're keeping everything, protecting our investment the best we can. So, thanks for being with us as we are transitioning our barn from livestock production to hay production. We still have some to go. I'll bring you along for that, but we've got a really good start here and we're looking forward to continuing it. Thanks for being with us here on the farm for this update on how we are transitioning from livestock to hay production. We've been doing hay production, but we're transferring it from hay production for our own livestock to full-time hay production for farm income. So, and this is all part of it. Thanks for being with us on the farm. We'll bring you back for more updates as we go along. We really appreciate you being with us. God bless you and your family, and pray that y'all have a great day.